Welcome to the Really Dad Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Ryan. What's happening, brother?
Whew, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about today?
Dude, we packed out the show notes. And we actually, I had a buddy who listened to our podcast religiously. He listens to it every week, and you know what his one criticism is?
What's that?
He goes, man, I think you just need to organize your topics better. And I was like, you're 100% right. I was like, we absolutely
Yeah,
do.
you made a great list.
Yeah, man. Yeah, how was your weekend? Like, how's the family? How's everybody doing over there since the last time we talked?
It was good. We had a birthday party,
Hmm.
which birthday parties for kids are amazing because somebody else is doing all the planning. You don't have to do any
Yep.
planning. You just bring your kid there for 2 hours or whatever, however long it is. And this happened to be
Yep.
2.5 hours actually. And we went to this particular one. We went to Bath or no, not Bath and Body Works. What was it? No.
That would be awesome. Everybody gets
Man,
a
my
gift
buddy
bag of
owns the
lotion.
place. It's the soap place in downtown Brighton.
Oh, Buff City Soap.
Yeah, yep. My buddy
They did
Chris
a.
owns the place actually. I don't even
Oh,
remember the
that's
name, but
awesome.
it
Wait, they
was
do
cool.
birthday parties?
They do birthday parties, which was
Wow.
cool because all the kids are in a big circle around this table making soap bombs,
Oh,
bath
that's
bombs.
cool. That's really
Yeah, and it's
cool.
funny they just kept calling them bombs, and it was like all these little kids working making bombs.
Such a little terrorist sitting there.
I know.
Oh
Customers
man.
were coming in, and that's another thing. It wasn't closed for the whole place. We had this
Oh,
little
okay.
section, and customers are still coming in, which kind of stressful because the kids are just running around. You know what I mean? That stresses me
Yeah.
out. I'm like, hey,
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
trying to run a business here. But it was funny. Customers would come in, and I would say, yeah, to cut costs, we've hired new some children to do the work.
They're cheaper to employ.
Exactly, yeah. And
Oh man.
we don't give them breaks. They don't
Yeah.
need them.
They just keep going. We just give them a little
We just give
sugar
them
from time to
sugar.
time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. One sip of coffee from across the street at the Brighton Coffee House.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. A little piece of cake and they're rolling, bro.
And speaking of coffee, we were out of coffee creamer today, so I'm drinking a root beer,
Ah, that's
which doesn't
okay.
have
That's
any
okay.
caffeine in it, but
Yeah. Well, just, it could be the placebo effect.
exactly, yeah.
Oh, man.
Feeling more
Dude,
awake already.
this chair I'm sitting in, after like 2 minutes, you like start to sink into it. Like it's like the foam like loosens up. So I'm gonna try not to sink below camera line here.
You should never sit back up. You should start tall, and by the
And
end
then
of
just
it, it's just your forehead at the
finish down
bottom.
here. All you can see is the top of my hat.
Yeah.
Um, Dude, so this weekend we kind of had like it was just a chill weekend, and actually we kind of put it in our big thing that we would have done on the weekend. We did actually yesterday. It was my last day of paternity leave, so we took the girls over to Sea Life and Legoland over in Auburn Hills.
We've been there
Dude,
many a time. Many a
I
time.
I think I had just as much fun as my daughter, especially at Legoland. Like I wanted to get in and do a little more building, but she's not quite to the stage where she wants to build things. She just kind of likes to she liked the track where you could build your car and then like zoom it down and watch it explode when it hits the ground. So she was all about that. But and then the rides that they have at Legoland, she thought that was pretty cool. But then sea life was her thing. Like she loves animals, so we spent the majority of our time just kind of there, especially like in the part where you can touch starfish and sea anemones.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet.
So I haven't been to the Lego part. I haven't been
Okay.
to. Or I have been to the aquarium. That was cool.
Okay.
We go to even a worse place, the worst place in the mall,
Okay.
Peppa Pig World.
Dude, I opted not to buy that just because of a time constraint that we would have been on. And
Um,
so tell me why it's the worst.
oh man, do we have long enough in the podcast? No, okay. It's just like I don't know. It's like I don't understand why kids find it fun. It's
Okay.
just like this
Okay.
giant. It's a giant room. I guess
Yep.
that's enough right there. It's a giant room, but
Okay.
it's like it has all this stuff, but it's not like you can't really use it. It's like mounted into the floor, like things
Oh,
you think should move or turn or whatever. They don't really move at all. There's like this
okay.
play pretend kitchen, but nothing moves. The table doesn't move. The fridge doesn't open. It's just like I don't know.
Oh.
It's like and there's so many people in there. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I I don't know.
Yeah, dude, we went on a Tuesday, so there was like no one at either place. So it was like we had the place to ourselves, and we bought a Groupon, so it was like $20 cheaper for the whole experience. So I
Nice.
don't know. I My daughter is not really into Peppa Pig, so we kind of lucked out there. Like we even walked by it and it she didn't even notice. Like it wasn't like it
That's
was even
good.
there. She wanted to go to Rainforest Cafe and we would have went to Rainforest Cafe, but we had like I said, we were on time constraints, so we'll have to go back next time. And Andrea's working hard at her lose the baby weight diet, so she's like, I'm not eating anything when we go to the mall. I'm like, all right. And you could tell towards the end, she's like, I need to get to the car. I got a like, protein shake in there. I'm like, all right, let's get going, babe. Don't want you
Oh,
to lose it.
wow. I admire her dedication, especially because it's. Did she start on the first?
No, she started. Well, yeah, it was yeah, actually it wasn't the intent to start on the first. It was kind of just she we had the baby mid-November and she's like, I just want to get through the holidays and enjoy myself. I'm not going to go crazy, but I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. And then after the new year is when I'll start. So she's been rock solid. I give her a ton of credit, man. Like I was ready to fold like a lawn chair at Annie Ann's yesterday, and she's like, not doing it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. That's fine. I won't do it either then. I don't want to be that guy
Nice.
walking around with a pretzel by himself.
Um, I love Rainforest Cafe. Absolutely love it. I try
Hmm.
to get my kid to go. She's like, I'm not good. I'm good. I don't want to go. I want to buy a toy in the gift shop.
You're like, come on, kid. It's the whole experience.
Yeah, it's the experience. You pick a fish out, they cook it. No, I'm
Dude,
kidding.
I was gonna say they're doing that now. That would be Get me Dory. Can you get me Dory out of there, please?
Yeah. Pick a
Oh
tropical
man.
fish, they'll fillet it right in front of you.
Dude, that store or that restaurant would last like another month if they started doing that. It would be so traumatizing for the kids. Oh man.
The fish don't make a sound, but they put this squealing auto track in the background. This death squeal.
Oh man. Oh, it'd be brutal. Brutal. Oh, dude. So hey, did you watch the UFC this weekend? It's first weekend back in 4 weeks, man.
Watched one fight. I
Okay.
watched one fight, which was the Austin Boshi fight, who is
Okay.
from Michigan,
Oh, okay. I
but he
didn't
was
know that.
13-0. He lost his first one. I thought he was gonna. I think he is gonna do amazing. I thought he was gonna win
Okay.
the fight for sure. Um, but the other guy, man, he was just like a walking Valium, dude. He just like so relaxed and composed,
Yeah.
and like it's so weird. Like such good wrestling defense.
Yeah.
Um, he was just honestly, he was just so relaxed and composed that
Yeah.
um, I thought that Austin was gonna win by cardio. I thought he was gonna have phenomenal cardio. He was gonna keep
Yeah.
pushing the pace, going for even if he wasn't getting the wrestling takedowns, which the guy was phenomenal at defending. I
Yeah.
thought the other guy was gonna get tired defending because that's his thing. He says such good cardio,
Yeah.
but he had
Didn't work
better.
out for him.
He had better cardio or more better composure, I should say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see. I didn't jump into the card until later on. I caught the last fight of the prelims and then went into the main card. Um, was he on the main card?
He was on main card, yeah. He was third before last.
No, you know what? I know why I didn't see his fight. I was putting my daughter to bed and Saturday was a particular I'll just say it was a unique night of trying to put her in bed. So she just was like she didn't want to go. And so we were like, okay, let's try to make this enticing to go to bed tonight because the fights were on. Like she actually likes to sit and watch the fights. So yeah, so that's actually it's funny. That's when she went to bed is during that fight. So I
Oh,
caught the
okay.
last three fights of the main card. So, so you
Together we
did
watched the whole card.
together we
Collectively.
did you and I meant to look up his name. Did you see that really really bad knockout there or any of the highlights of it? Um, he was out for a long time. I'll have to find his. I'll find his name later, but yeah, dude, it got scary. Andrea was like, "What's gonna happen?" Like he's not getting up. I'm like, I don't know, because I have not seen a knockout like this in quite a long time. Like his eyes were rolled back, And even when they got him up on the stool, like he started to fall forward, they had to like pick him up. It was scary trying to get him out of the ring too. I was like, holy smokes! It was
Undercard?
one of the what's up?
Undercard? On the undercard?
No, that was on the main card. That was the just before the co-main event. Just before the co-main event.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because
And then co-main,
Curtis was on the
yes.
co-main. Okay.
Curtis on the co-main. Yeah. Now see that maybe I'm getting all my fights. Well, I know Santiago Ponzinibbio won. He was definitely losing that fight and then just knocked the dude out. I was like, that's good for you, man. 38 years old, keeping it in there, knocking people out. So that was good to see.
There was some controversy with that one, right? Because the dude jumped right back
Yeah.
up immediately after. There was a
Yeah.
couple seconds left on the clock, and I thought the fight was over.
Oh, was it that one? Oh man.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh
I don't know what fights are
no,
those.
no. I think that no, that was the Curtis fight.
That was a curse fight.
Yeah. So he didn't fight Ponzinibbio.
Oh, who did he fight? Oh, he fought. Oh, yeah. I know who he fought.
Dude,
That
there
that
are
guy
some
that looks
diehard
like a little
MMA
kid,
fans
but
screaming at us right now.
oh, I know. Bro, I fought in the UFC, and I don't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like a carpenter. A carpenter doesn't go home and watch the fucking HDMI TV or whatever.
Doesn't watch
Or no,
Bob
what not
Vila.
HDMI? What is it called? Where they build stuff?
HGTV. He doesn't look at
HDTV.
his HDMI cords. Oh man. um. So
It's
so
just the
did
channel where you have to pick the HDMI channel. It's like one, two, or three. Oh, I love this one. Hold on, guys.
well we get to pick this time, dude. So did you catch the Dern Hebus fight?
No, but you know that I wanted Dern to lose horribly.
And she
Right?
got
Did you
that
know that?
armbar. Yes. Oh no,
Okay.
trust me, I was with you on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But because I wanted her to win or lose so badly, I have a curse. If I want you to fail, you will succeed because the universe does not like me being hateful. They're like, nope, you don't get
W-
to be hateful.
will you please start hating on me more then? I really could use the extra bit of success in my life right
Honestly, I
now.
want you to win so badly that you're gonna fail. You're just gonna fail everything you
Great.
do in life. And I'm sorry.
All right, when I lose my house, I'm moving in with you, bro. Me and my whole family, we're coming. We're gonna bring all our boxes and we're gonna load up.
Let's do it. There's not enough room for us. We're trying to buy a new house.
Are you?
But maybe yeah, maybe in the spring.
Well,
Hopefully, I've been looking at
talk.
houses and there's not a lot of not a big selection right now, but it's winter, so maybe that's why
Yeah, yeah. Well, talk to me because my dad's a real estate agent,
everybody's a real estate agent, bro.
dude. I thought about doing it. I thought about doing it.
You know what? I will talk to you because your dad will be honest with you because
Yes,
real estate agents are never. I feel like they're rarely honest. You know what I mean?
they got that used
You ask a
cars salesman feel.
yeah, you ask a real estate agent, hey, is it a good time to buy? Every single one of them wants to get a sale at any point. So they're
Yep.
like, perfect time to buy. It's a great
Yeah.
time. You know what I
And
mean?
there's no
I've
homes
never heard a
available on
real
the
estate
market.
agent say this is a bad time to buy.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell my dad that you're interested, and I'll give him your number and vice versa, and just I'll let him know that just reach out to him and he'll be honest with you. He's good about that. And plus, he's like semi-retired too, so he doesn't need to sell a house.
Oh, that's good. If he doesn't give a shit, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, he goes if I can make 30 grand in a commission a year, and he goes and then I can start collecting Social Security. He's like, whatever. So.
All right,
Um,
cool.
so this Dern fight, good on her. She got the win, probably got a bonus. I'm not quite sure. That's an easy thing to look up. But either way, I, if you look at who's at the top, Wally Zhang, you got Tatiana Suarez up there. I don't see her beating those girls, those women, I should say. I don't see her beating them. I just don't think she'll ever be a champion. I don't think she has what it takes to beat the top tier, even though she's what, like number 6 or something like that. I think that's as far as she's gonna go.
I'm not gonna say that because if I say she won't, she will.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Well,
She
well,
and I've never been a hater. I don't know if I've talked about this on podcasts already with
Okay.
you. I've never been
No.
a hater of fighters because I mean we're all just people, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
she just like, when she fought my friend Bobby, came in 7 pounds over, completely hydrated. Had
Yep.
she's got her extra hour or two, or whatever, after the weigh-ins, where she can
Yeah.
continue to cut and try to make it. Nope, not
No.
cutting.
No.
Just she was just so rude,
It's just
and it was
disrespectful.
actually a viral video where Bobby was kind of like shitty towards her at the
Yes.
like kind of aggressive, and then
Yep.
Mackenzie beats her. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this
Yep.
is karma. Like, I hate that video because like, you guys don't
Yes.
know how lame she was before that.
That's
All the
exactly
things she
right.
did that were, yeah.
It's like it pays to be nice or something like that. I know exactly the video that you're talking about because it circulates every time she has a fight. Dern has
Oh,
a fight.
I know. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And another thing and this is just me being petty because I already don't like her because I probably wouldn't care that much.
Get petty, bro.
I hate that she went to high school in Arizona, a
Hmm.
public school where they speak English. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
She grew up there, and she acts like she can't speak English, like it's her second language.
Yeah.
She,
Well,
like trying to
I,
find the words. It's crazy.
I will say she must have heard the haters online because she did not have the accent this time. Not that I noticed anyway.
Oh, she didn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure, dude. It's funny. We've now been getting comments on our videos, and some of them are quite funny. The so so I'm sure somebody will let us know. Um,
Huh.
so that brings us to this weekend, man. It's a really big card. I think the casual fan wouldn't know some of these names. Maybe they would. But it's a pretty big card. Makachev versus Sarukian. You got Davishvili versus Nurmagomedov. Um, Yuri
What's the
Prohaska
name
versus
from?
Jamal Hill. What was that?
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, no, I was just saying the one you said before, Jamal Hill, is gonna be a good one with
Yeah,
I see his, what is it, Mavid? What's
Marab
his name?
Davishvili.
Marab. Marab,
Yeah,
yeah.
just call him Marab.
Hmm.
Make it easy on ourselves. Dude, did you see the video of Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen talking about that fight? And Chael Sonnen cannot pronounce Marab's last name, and it is absolutely hilarious. Daniel Cormier just starts roasting him. It's really funny. I'll have to
That's
find the
really
video and
funny.
send it to you. Um,
Did you
but
see? Oh, sorry.
oh,
Go ahead.
good. No, no,
No, I
no.
was gonna
Hit me.
say, did you see? Uh, what's his name? We were just talking about skiing.
Oh, yes. Andre and I did watch Khabib skiing.
You did?
Yes, we went and watched it, dude. We were dying laughing. It made me feel so much better about where I am in my my
Nice.
snowboarding journey. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he just got kicked off of Fly Frontier, off the Frontier airline. You see that?
No, no, no. What happened?
He was just sitting in the aisleway. Oh, he
Okay.
actually was sitting in the emergency door. They come in and they
Mhm.
ask you like, "Hey, are you good to do this, or whatever?" That
Yeah,
that those seats.
yeah.
For whatever reason, one of the flight attendants was not comfortable with him sitting there, and they asked him to move.
Really?
And he was just like, "What do you mean?" Because he speaks fine English, right? It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an English
Absolutely.
thing, but it's just the way he looks and the way in his accent. And I think they
Mm.
thought it just made them uncomfortable, like somebody who, you know what I mean, they think is some sort of terrorist or something.
Dude,
And
oh, go ahead.
and they asked him to move, and he's just trying to like, he was being really calm about it. He's like, "I don't
Yeah,
understand. That's not fair." You know what I mean?
yeah.
She's like, "I know. I don't. We're not. This isn't up for debate. You have to
You
move, or
have
you
to
have to get
move.
off the plane." And he's
Dude,
like,
he just
"Okay,
wanted
I'll
that
get off
extra
the."
leg room.
Yeah,
Let
I
Khabib
know.
have the extra leg room. This is crazy.
I know. I know.
Dude,
And they made it. Oh, they didn't make him get off the plane. They offered. He's like, "You know what? I'll just get off the plane then." Got on a plane an hour later.
dude, that's see, and the only thing this is something we would have to look into because I don't want to speak completely out of turn, but I know at some point recently he was linked to some sort of terrorist group, or there was talks of that because he lives in Abu Dhabi and he can't go back to where he's from in Dagestan. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. We probably should look into that because I don't want to smear Khabib's name, but I had heard that that was a possible link. Whether he was actually involved, I really doubt that. But when you go over there, you have a lot of Chechens who are linked to some pretty bad people over there, and if he's linked to them at all, it's going to be a problem. But he is not on the no-fly list, so he can't be linked that much to terrorism. So that's my two
Yeah,
cents, I
I
guess.
don't know. I'm not like a sue happy person. You know what I mean? Like
No,
sue, sue, sue. But like I don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
no, no. He's got a
Like,
case for sure.
yeah. And I think he should, or even if not sue, like do something to where they're held
Yeah,
accountable. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well,
yeah. I
no,
agree.
probably just sue because anything else is like vigilante justice. I don't mean that. I just mean like probably legally try to get
Yeah,
some
be
sort of
careful. Be careful.
justice.
This is going on the internet. Dude, no, I mean, give them some free flight vouchers or something. Like, come on. That's crazy though.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Definitely pay for his next flight.
yeah, yeah, get him some extra peanuts and another pop or something. I don't know.
I tagged a post on Instagram and I said on my story and I said
Mhm.
you guys got to make this right, Frontier, and
Yeah.
they saw my story, so they're gonna make it right. They saw my story.
It'd be great if they sent you a free flight voucher, but nothing for Khabib.
Hey, somebody made a good point on another podcast I was watching.
Yeah.
They were like, first of all, why is Khabib flying Frontier? It's like the shittiest airline,
Dude,
and
Frontier's
the
the worst,
layovers are like 15 hours. It's like crazy layovers for them.
bro. Dude, we flew, I think it was, yeah, we did fly Frontier to when we went to Vegas for my cousin's bachelor party. This is like, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And dude, going over the Rocky Mountains. Now, granted, it's probably this way for everybody, no matter what airline you are on. But I'm telling you, man, we hit air pockets where you could feel the plane like drop. And and
Wow.
my cousin, like he was sitting there and he kept, calling the flight attendant. He's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. They're like, you can't get up. And he's like, I gotta go. And so he gets up and this plane drops and he goes, boom, it hits the deck, bro. And he had flight attendants like rushed over to him. He's like, I'm going to the bathroom. You're not gonna stop me.
Huh.
Dude, and I guess the point I'm making with all this is going through those air pockets. It felt like, when you get in a really shitty car and you're like, boy, I hope this thing holds together as I'm going down the road. That's how the planes felt. You're like, ooh, and it wasn't just through the air pockets. It was the whole flight out. I'm like, we're gonna be stranded and eating each other here pretty soon, man. These planes is not gonna hold together.
Good thing I packed that A1 barbecue sauce.
Hell yeah. Dude, so to jump back to this week's card, those top two fights, the Makachev and the Sarukian fight, and the Marab and the Nurmagomedov fight are going to be awesome. The fight that I'm most excited about is Beneil Dariush versus Hanato Moicano. I think that is going to be a banger of a fight.
Bro, you should just do commentary. The fact that you can remember all these people's names so perfectly, like I've seen enough. Put you on the commentary team.
Dude, I'll talk. Yeah, I need to watch a few more fights, and I need to get a little more regular on my fight watching. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude, I love it, man. I would absolutely commentate. It'd be fun to do some local stuff. Start off.
Let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
sure I could find one. You and I could do it.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Get the Really Dad podcast in there to do some commentary. That would be sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Dude, have you ever seen I'm not a huge fan, but Snoop Dogg and when he was doing him and Uriah Faber were doing commentary together.
Yeah. On the contender series.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
some funny
I
stuff.
like that you could I like that you could pick which commentary it was though.
Yeah,
Because there was an option.
yeah, yeah. Well, because you can hop in for a while, get a good laugh, and then hop back out and listen to the real people
Yeah.
talk. Yeah. All right, man. So let's roll through this. I want your predictions, and I'll do mine. Kevin Holland versus D Ritter.
Ritter.
D Ritter.
I always vote against Kevin Holland. I feel like every time I think he's gonna win, he underperforms.
Okay. Uh, Dariush versus Moicano.
Darius.
Mm. Uh, Yuri Prohaska versus Jamal Hill. Ha.
I'm gonna say Jamal Hill. You got upset on that?
I'll tell you mine afterwards. Marab versus Nurmagomedov.
Uh, Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
You're not doing commentary.
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov.
That was it for sure.
And then Makachev versus Sarukian.
Makachev.
Okay. So I am gonna pick Holland, and I oh my gosh, I spelled his name wrong on my show notes. So I'm gonna
He's
take
the
Holland.
easiest one on there.
I know. I know.
Kevin Holland. I spelled it wrong.
So I got Kevin Holland. Um, I am a huge Dariush fan, but I am going to take Moicano. He has just been lighting it up lately, and he looks good. And I'm going to
So
take
we're opposite on two already.
we're opposite. Yeah, we're opposite on two. Um, and then I'm gonna take Yuri over Jamal Hill.
Opposite on three.
Opposite on three. I'm going to
Bro, we
take
gotta put
Marab.
something in this. We
We
gotta
should.
some sort of thing. If you lose, you gotta do something crazy.
I can't be showing myself on camera. It's not anything good. Um, I'm gonna take Marab,
Um,
and I'm taking Sarukian, bro. We are exactly the opposite of each other.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So what we'll do is since now that we know that we're completely opposite, we'll have to keep a tally on who was more right.
Yes. And we'll have to come up with who the winner. We gotta do it for the next podcast. We gotta do it right here. No,
Okay.
we can do it through text. Gotta do something though.
Okay. And we'll post it. We'll post it with a
That's
letting
tight.
people know what we're doing, or we can talk about it
Yep.
next time because we don't have to fulfill the bet right away. We can think about this.
Another one. All right. We go to the track. You gotta do 4 laps around the track. Every time.
4 laps around the track? I haven't run in like 4 months.
Bro, it's a mile. Is that a mile? It's a mile.
Yeah, it's a mile. How fast do I have to run this?
Just we don't have to sprint it.
Okay,
Just a
all right,
run.
all right.
That's not even the hard part. I didn't finish it.
Coming from
It's
the guy who ran college track, I have to
yeah.
run.
I'm not doing that again. Flashbacks.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, no kidding.
at the start of the race and at every lap, you gotta take a shot.
Oh, shot of what?
Ooh.
That's the question.
You want to do 151?
Hmm,
Just gasoline?
gasoline. Gasoline. Oh no,
No,
you.
that's how.
Let's see if you live by the end of the bet. Um, um,
New chemical every time you come around. I got radiator fluid. I got.
wait, hold on. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do this, but it's really cold right now.
Well, the alcohol will warm you up.
See, actually, I am less afraid of taking the shots and running than I am doing all this in the cold, man. I pulled into my house at 8 o'clock last night. It was 9. It's just at 9.
It's German for no. Just no.
No, 9.
Nine.
Um, hmm.
It's gonna warm up, bro. We're in
It's
the
gonna warm up,
oh, it's getting colder.
dude. It's gonna be so cold, dude. I
We
don't
got
want
3 on Monday.
to. A lovely temperature of 3, bro. I'm willing to do this. Okay, so here's actually my fear is I have so much scar tissue and damage to my hamstrings. I just don't want to pull a muscle. I can't be a 35-year-old dad with a pulled muscle. It's not going to go well.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think you know how fast I'm gonna run it. If I have to do it, it's just gonna be a light jog. I'm not like.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. I'll take you
Bro,
up on the bet.
you so tore up you can't do a light jog.
No, 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 no. I can do a light jog. So I'll take the bet, but we have to wait till it's at least 30 degrees. Can you at least give me that?
All right. All right. Deal.
All right, all right. Just nine. Nine is it? Nine. No. um, yeah. Give me at least 30 degrees, and we'll take the bet.
Let's do it.
All right. So let's write it down so it's official. One shot every lap, 4 laps. Fudge, man. I hope I win this bet. And you know what's really funny is
I think
neither
that
one of us are big drinkers.
that is funny. Why? That makes it more miserable. Like I don't ever drink.
Yeah. Oh, I wish
Dang.
we had money. I would rather bet money than run
No,
laps.
no money. If I think of something equally as terrible, but without the drinking, I'll
I
think
mean,
of it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. You know what? We don't necessarily have to do 151. We'll just do the drink of your choice because choking down 151 is. I mean, I guess
That's
that's
what
what makes the bet. Makes the bet
makes
right
it
there.
tough.
All
Yeah,
right,
bro. It's I'm not gonna make you a margarita on the lap, bro. You got to drink
man.
something hard.
That would be nice. Good old margarita.
Yeah, be enjoyable.
All right, there it is. There's the bet. One shot every lap for 4 laps. Someone's either throwing up or shitting their pants. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All
The other
right,
person has to bring the other person home.
we'll have to
Pick
ride
them up and
together.
take them home.
We'll have to ride together.
Yeah.
dude, dude, our girls are gonna be like, "What did you guys?" And we cannot tell them what we're doing either. We're like, "Hey, Josh and I are just gonna meet for coffee. Why are you dressed up to run? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it." Dude, and you know what? To make it better, is the person has to do it in spandex.
Oh my God. Come on. I don't even own spandex. You know how hard it would be to get me in that? I'm not trying to catch a charge out there, too.
We'll cut you out of it when it's done. Oh shit. Oh man. All right. So should we actually get into something somewhat serious? Because
This
these
was too.
California wildfires,
This was serious.
I mean, it is pretty serious. A shot of 151 for 4 laps. Dude, these California wildfires are out of control, man. It's crazy. I feel terrible for those people out there.
Yeah, I know. What do you think the problem is? Why they're having
So,
a difficult time to contain it?
I think it's kind of I mean, for better lack of a term, it's kind of a tinderbox of problems because California is very, very notorious for their lack of conservation efforts on multiple fronts. This doesn't go with the wildfires, but it speaks to conservation. Is they have a huge problem with mountain lions and coyotes, yet they do not let you hunt them out there. Instead, they pay hunters to come in and kill them when they could issue licenses for hunters to buy them and then go kill them, and the state would make money. You know what I mean? Like it. So that's just kind of a their lack of conservation or their backwards thought on conservation. So they've actually their forestry says that there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up through the forest, and they just won't let them do that. So it's creating a lot of underbrush in these forests that should be cleaned out that are not, and that's why a lot of this stuff, as far as it's not necessarily why it's getting started, but it's the continuous like heavy burn. Is there so much underbrush because of lack of conservation? Um, Now I did read that the first fire it was confirmed that it was arson.
It was what?
Arson.
Oh, arson.
So
It
yeah,
was.
it was confirmed arson.
Wow. Can you
So,
imagine being the guy that started the forest fire that caused the
bro,
most amount of money damage, like
did you
ever? It seems
see?
like.
You remember when that the wildfires went through Tennessee and burned down Gatlinburg and all that stuff? It was two kids screwing around with matches or whatever, and they caused like hundreds of $1 million. I don't know whatever happened to them. I would assume they're probably in jail or doing community service forever. I'm not really sure how that works, but not to make it a laughing matter, I just don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know how you would pay. I don't know how you pay back. Like, there's no amount
You
of
couldn't
money
pay
that
it back. They just
yeah,
can't.
yeah. So the first one was confirmed. I came with a lot of notes because I've been keeping track of this because I'm a huge um I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but I follow what they do as far as conservation out in California because they are so ass backwards on what they do. Um,
Okay.
but here's some crazy stuff. Do we want to float into the land of conspiracy?
Sure.
So,
I dabble. I dabble.
okay, so first off, there's over $50 billion worth of damage done so far. $50 billion worth of damage done so far. A couple months before this, State Farm canceled 72,000 homeowners insurance policies in the exact spot where they lost the most amount of houses. Um, and it was because of a potential fire hazard.
Really? Wow.
Yes, yes. And that's in all the areas where you're seeing the heaviest burns. Um, uh, the other thing is they passed a bill on water to protect this fish. I can't even remember the fish. Everybody can go look it up. It's very widely known that they did this, but there's not enough water in the hydrants to fight the actual fire.
Read that.
Yep. Oregon has sent squads of fire trucks down there to go help and firemen to come help. They will not let them cross state lines until their fire trucks pass emissions tests.
Shut up.
I swear. I
That can't be
swear.
real.
No, it's 100% factual. So
Emissions. Bro, the state's on fire.
the state's on
Th-
fire. I that
what?
see it gets crazier. It gets crazier. In
Can't
April,
believe that one.
dude,
No,
you got
that
to go
was
look it
just
up. I'm telling you.
okay.
In April, Karen Bass, the LA mayor, proposed a $23 million decrease to the fire department's budget. She didn't get it, but they did pass a $17.5 million decrease to the firemen's budget.
I did read that.
Yep. Um, Now, this is where it gets even crazier. I I don't know what to believe on this. I tend to err on the side of you have one guy who it's confirmed arson, and I think you got some copycats in there because I did see another video where somebody was actually lighting something on fire. There's this talk of direct energy weapons. Have you heard this conspiracy?
Direct energy weapon? Is that what you said?
Yes.
No.
It's basically like controlled lasers that can light stuff on fire. I don't actually have a lot of information on direct energy weapons, but the weird thing is that the type of like technology that's used in a direct energy weapon has trouble lighting stuff on fire that's blue. If you look in a lot of pictures of where it was burned, the blue sanitation trash cans are the only thing that that did not burn.
I actually did see some. I didn't understand what people were saying, but like people
Yep.
were like photoshopping people's
Oh
roofs
yeah.
to be blue.
Yeah, dude, I'm
So
sure there's a ton of that out there, but uh, apparently that is a thing. So I don't have a lot of information on direct energy weapons. I am not some sort of specialist of looking into that. But I did find that to be strange. Um,
I think
Also,
it's strange that
no good.
all the houses, like I'm seeing neighborhoods burn up, and the houses aren't like right next to each other on a
Hmm.
lot of these places, and they have, you know, they got clay roofs, and they got.
Yep.
I had a discussion with this. Is it roofs or roofs?
I say
Roofs,
roofs. Yeah.
roofs.
The
They got clay
roof.
roofs,
The roof. Oh, never mind.
and a lot of them aren't like. I don't know if all the houses out there are like stick built. I think they're like built like where they put the mortar over it. You know what I mean?
Like
It's
the
kind of like a
stucco sort of.
spackle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like
Well,
the homes are. Sorry, go ahead.
so here is another conspiracy theory that so far from what I can tell is proven to be true. The homes with smart meters on their homes, the ones without smart meters didn't get touched. Now, I'm not saying that's every home without a smart meter didn't get touched. I'm sure there are, but the vast majority of homes that did not burn did not have smart meters on their house.
Hmm, interesting.
Very, yeah, I know.
You know
Very,
what?
dude, I told you we're gonna float into this realm of conspiracies.
Huh. What I found interesting is like you guys live next to the most abundant resource we have is salt water, and while I
Yeah,
understand that you know salt water is extremely corrosive, Like, I
Yeah.
just think that one, I think that maybe you guys should set up a system that
Hmm.
can handle it to deal with
Yeah.
anything like that because the ocean's right there.
Yeah.
And or two, at least use it right now. Because and I
Yeah.
asked my so Jen's sister's husband is a firefighter. He works as a firefighter in Arizona, and I asked him about
Okay.
it, about the salt water, and he said it is it is highly corrosive, but
For sure.
as long as you rinse off the equipment after, it's fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
So, because I read that as an argument why they weren't using the ocean water, and it was because of the damage to the equipment. But at what point in this $50 million that
50
that
billion.
oh 50 $50 billion,
Yeah.
like where you guys just say, screw the equipment, we'll buy new stuff. We got to stop this.
Well, that's that 17.5 million dollar decrease to the fireman's budget. They can't afford to lose their equipment. Dude, I completely agree with you. I don't, being in HVAC, that's one of the biggest problems they have on the coast for as far as equipment is the corrosion from the salt water. The sea breeze is coming in, and I get that you don't want your equipment to corrode, but you're talking about loss of life, you're talking about loss of property. I mean, and those are just some of the. I mean, it is absolute devastation out there. It's crazy.
You didn't even think about people dying. Because I just assume people get out of there in time, but
Yeah.
I'm sure people
Well,
have died.
oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and okay, here's the last conspiracy theory, and I don't know, man. When you look at the maps and how everything has shaken out, you're like, ooh, because this, what was brought to my attention after I saw this, the same thing happened in Australia. So let me get into this. So there is a new proposed high-speed rail that they want to put into California. The track that it follows down the California coast is the exact same track that this fire is burning. And the only thing that makes me think that there's maybe some of this is part of that is in Australia, and I think it was either 2022 or 2023, they had a massive wildfire out there, and their new high-speed rail, that fire followed the exact same path before they put the rail in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know. I don't know. People can weigh in and see what they think because it's I think there's some fugazi stuff going on out there, but I also think, I mean, once you light a fire and there's that much underbrush that hasn't been taken care of, it's gonna go, man. It's just gonna go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
You don't need eminent domain when you can just burn a path. It's
yeah, no
cheaper that
shit,
way.
no shit. Yeah, come in and buy it for pennies on the dollar. Now, the one thing that is really lighting up the internet that people are really pissed off about. I don't know if you saw this lady. Her
Was
name.
that a good, was that a pun? Lighting
Well,
up the internet?
gotta be careful about what I'm saying. Oh, bad luck. Um, Her name is Kristen Larson, and she's the assistant fire chief of LA. This lady makes $400,000 a year. Okay, this is public record, and she is on video talking about, how people are worried about women being firefighters. Have you seen this video? And she said that, okay, her thing for, and whatever, I know plenty of female firefighters. I don't have anything against them. I think it's noble. If you're going to be a firefighter, whether you're male or female, it's a very noble thing to do because you're risking your life for us, and I'm very appreciative of the first responders. But the comment that she made was, she said, people want to see people that look like them when they come to save them. Which, if you look in Detroit, a lot of the uh, police officers are of African American descent because you want to have people that look like you when you're responding in the areas that you're in, which makes sense. It makes it a little easier to handle, or I guess to for the situation. Well, somebody asked her if, like, okay, but if you have to carry my husband out of a fire, like, are you able to do it? And her response was basically he shouldn't have got himself in that situation to begin with. And it's like,
Huh.
that's not what you want to say as LA is burning to the ground.
As a woman, she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I told you you shouldn't got in this situation.
Dude,
Just goes in the fire and argues with them. Wow.
Hey, I got a beam on my legs. Can you just get me out of here, dude? Dude, it's wild out there right now. It's whether this is conspiracy theory or not, whatever it is, it's sad to see how this is all shaking out for the people who actually live there, people whose homeowners insurance policies got canceled and they've lost everything. It's
Bro, I am the biggest hater on insurance there is. I hate it.
I
I
agree with
hate
you.
it.
I agree with you. It's
It's who's gonna get the best of who, and the insurance company always wins.
yep. Hmm.
I hate it so much.
They can always find a loophole to not pay you. It doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. They write the contracts. You just have to sign 'em. And you know what? Honestly, you can look through that contract all you want. I'm not. I mean, you're lucky you have a lawyer in your house, but I do my best to read through it and try to understand contracts as best I can. But at the end of the day, I'm signing and I'm hoping for the best some of the times. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Yeah, definitely, dude. It's just like the fact that they charge you more when you use it. It's
Yeah.
just like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Well, and insurance rates are going up for everybody, which really sucks because, dude, I got a new. So I'm shopping insurance right now, and I was on the phone with an insurance company getting a quote, and they're like, and what makes this, and they were like considerably higher than what I'm paying now. And I'm like, okay, well, is there anything that we can like take out? Like, I'm not understanding why, if you're giving me the same coverage, why are you guys like $900 higher? And she's going through it, and she goes, well, we have hurricane protection. And I go, what? Why would I need hurricane protection? Well, it covers more than hurricanes. Well, what? Well, we can get into that later. It's like, no, no, we can get into this now because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go with you guys or not. So
Mm.
I don't know, hurricane protection in Michigan.
It's
And
crazy.
she was like, do you need earthquake protection?
Mhm. Yeah.
No. What are you talking about?
Crazy.
Anyway, well, that's all I got on the fires, man. You got anything else?
No, no, I was just gonna say, just about my buddy who said that they can use seawater, and
Dude,
there's a lot of people saying you can't, but you can. You just gotta wash the stuff off. You know what I
dude,
mean?
it's that, I mean, just clean it off. Use the seawater.
Exactly. Exactly.
We have an
I
abundant
mean,
resource.
I mean, you know that they're gonna replace that stuff, even though there's not in their
Yeah.
budget right now. If you
Yeah.
use the equipment, maybe help stop these fires, they're gonna spend the money to get
Oh,
that stuff back.
100%. Well, and I think most people will be like, yeah, please. I mean, if taxes go up a little bit to replace all the equipment that we because we saved everybody, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, nobody wants their taxes
No
to go
one,
up, but
no 100% gonna look up that emissions thing because if that's true, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard my whole life.
dude, I was stunned when I read it, and I read it on three different things because when I first heard it, I was like, there's no way that's possible, and then sure enough, man, sure enough. But
Wow.
I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be putting out bad information.
Well,
We
yeah,
we we
I'm going to.
we have 50 listeners that rely on us to give them good information. So we have to
It's
keep
true.
that up. All right,
Or
so
50
we'll
people
get
to
in.
tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, tell us we're wrong if we're wrong. All right, let's move into something a little more lighthearted. We talked about it last week. Do you have your list of your top Disney movies?
Yes.
Top five. So for the listeners, Josh and I, we found a list of just animated movies by Disney. This does not include Pixar.
Not include. Does
It,
not include.
I don't think so. That the one I sent you, I don't think there's any Pixar in there. Oh,
Okay.
maybe not. Either way, this is our top five Disney movies. You throw it up however you want it.
Mm. You want me to do it?
Yeah, do you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Disney movie?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Ooh.
Nightmare Before Christmas. What?
Okay. No,
Why do you
that's
say
a
that?
good pick. No. I like it. That's a good pick. I forgot about that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. You like have you.
First one, you start judging me.
Wait,
Hercules.
no. No. Oh, good pick. Hold on. Is this one to five or is this no particular order? This is just your top five favorites.
This is my top five.
Okay.
You want them in
That's
order?
how. No. That's how I went. I just put my top five in there.
Okay. Okay. I'm just saying them out loud. So
Yep.
Hercules, banger, love
Bang.
that one.
Love it.
Uh, what was it? Oh, I said it last week. What was it? With the girl
Milan?
and Milan.
Yep.
Milan. This figure doesn't move as well. Uh, Aladdin.
Beautiful. Good pick.
And my last one would have to be Monsters. Monsters Inc.
Good list. Good list. Good list. I I I will have to. So after so I give your list. I give your list a 4 out of 5.
Oh, thank you.
4 out of 5
Oh, we're
stars. That's
grading
a
each
good
other's
list.
lists.
I mean, if we want to, I'm just telling you what I think.
All right, go ahead.
Um,
Give me your list.
so I will say I had a tough honorable mention. It got left off the list, so I want to throw out Tarzan. Tarzan. You got Phil Collins on the track. You got him skating through the trees. It's a pretty sick movie. Did you
I
did you
love
like
that.
Tarzan?
No, I didn't. I love
Oh,
that
okay.
meme. I love that meme where he's like going through the forest
Yeah.
with the vines, and both his legs are not on the vine, and he's holding that girl, and it's like, is he holding it with his butt?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Oh, hey man, he's got them cheeks, man. He's been climbing trees for years.
True. He
He's
cheeked
caked
up.
up. Jesus. All right, so I will say I do have a favorite on my list. It was going to be my favorite last week. Is the animated Robin Hood? It's a classic. It's one of my absolute favorites. My grandpa and I would watch it all the time. It's so that is my number one. The rest of them are in no particular order. Aladdin. Aladdin made the list. Great, great movie.
Mhm.
Fantastic. You have Robin Williams in there as the genie. It's beautiful.
Who did it for basically nothing. He got paid
He,
basically nothing for it.
yeah, exactly. Well, and you know what's funny is they didn't bring him back for the second one, and the second one was so bad that they had to bring him back for the third one.
Really?
Yep, yep.
Huh.
Hercules, man, Hercules,
You
dude.
okay. That's why I gave you four out
Oh,
of five
it's
because
so good. I love it. I love Hercules. It's one of my absolute favorite ones. You
I
got
try to get my kid into it, but she's like, meh, like it's so
oh
good.
well, my daughter kind of likes it too. So I think that's more of a boy movie, man. I mean, just the hero just wrecking shop. It's fantastic. I love it,
Yeah.
especially when he emerges at the end holding Meg's body and he's just glowing gold, and you're like, oh,
Let's
just
go.
yeah, hell yeah. Um, Mulan. I love Mulan. Great movie. My daughter loves the movie. We've watched it a billion times together. Um, last but not least, Moana.
Moana.
We are a Moana household. The amount of times I've walked around singing "You're Welcome" theatrically for my daughter, it's yeah, I love it. I think it's more of a bond. It's the movie's good. I have nothing, and we went and saw the second Moana together. But it's one of those movies where you have a bonding experience with your daughter, and that will be, it's one of those things that will be forever remembered. So yeah, Moana, uh, just because of my daughter and I. So that's my
I
list.
love the I love the Kakamora.
Kakamora.
Wow. Are you a Moana fan? You don't know the
Kakamora.
Kakamora? It's a
What's the
little
Kakamora?
it's a little it's the Kakamora, bro. It's the what are those things? Coconuts, the coconut people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What's funny is I remember everything else. I couldn't remember. Yeah, dude. Have you seen the second one?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
dude.
Kakamora are great.
Dude, that thing that sneezes all over him to knock him out. Oh man, I could not stop laughing. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, dude. The Kakamoras are great, and that stupid chicken. I love the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken's great. The pig.
Yeah, the pig. Yep, yep.
It's a good one. I'm
Oh,
not
it's
knocking it.
all right. So what do you give me? How many stars do I got?
Man, it's tough because I've never seen the Robin Hood movie, but I will give you I'm gonna give you a 3.5 out of 5.
I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
Tarzan sucks, and
Hey, it wasn't
I
on my
just
list. I said it was
oh,
an
it was
honorable
honorable
mention.
mention.
It was an honorable mention.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
hold
why
on.
I was like, this is more
Hold
than
on.
5.
I'll run down my list. Robin Hood, Aladdin, Hercules, Mulan, and Moana.
Okay, I changed. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 5 as well.
Yes.
Only
All
because I
right.
haven't, because I like the other ones. I just have never seen Robin Hood. I have to watch it.
So it's old. It's one of their older ones, but for me, it's the nostalgia factor. I grew up on it,
Makes
and
sense.
it's got a lot of really like little funny moments that I think as a kid you find them funny, but now as an adult you watch it back, it's even funnier. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so yeah,
I hate old movies, but I actually went and watched the 1920 Naf Nosferatu movie.
Nosferatu, yeah,
Nosferatu, yeah, and it
yeah.
had like no talking or anything. It was like a silent movie, but
And
it was
you,
like I was interested. I was like, oh, it's decent.
huh, that's good.
I
That's
went and
good.
watched the new one. It was phenomenal. I loved it.
See, I want to go see it. We're in this weird period now of not being able to go on dates because we got the little one. My wife's like, she's not comfortable with handing our daughter off to somebody else, and I'm not either.
Uh-huh.
Just the 4-year old, she's good. She can go with grandma and grandpa. She can go with aunt and uncles. Like that's cool. But I don't know, 2-month old, I don't know. It's a little too
Take
early
your
for me.
break, bro. We do. We got like four. We got four sets of. We got four sets of head stuff that completely blocks out the noise.
Yeah.
They just sleep.
Dude, we went to a town meeting last night, or a township meeting last night, because they're trying to put solar panels in like right down the road from our house, and I'm
Uh-huh.
not about that. Um, but dude, she slept through the whole thing. She was in a little front pack. She slept through the whole
Uh-huh.
thing. People were yelling and getting upset about it, and she just like passed out
So
like nothing was going on.
what was the verdict of it?
They vote on it next month, so we're gonna go back to the meeting next month, and uh, we're kind of at the whim. So what it is if our let's say town council, it's not called that, but if our town council votes it down, it's going to kick it to the state for DTE to and the state to decide if they're going to put it in or not, which we want to do because that ties it up in litigation for another year and a half to 2 years. And I can't remember the act. I have it written down upstairs, but there's an act right now that is in the Michigan legislature. It's being looked at because of the wording of how the act is wording. But it's because it's using agricultural designated agricultural land for renewable resources. And there's some wording in there that's a little shisty that the Michigan Court of Appeals is now looking at because they're like, hold on, like we have to make sure that this is rock solid before we let this go through. And it sounds like there's a possibility of it getting kicked back. So that's why we want the the people in our township want to let it go to the state, because tied up in litigation for a little longer, and let's get this act let's let the act get figured out. So
No, no. That makes sense.
well, and the thing is it started off with like, hey, this is only going to be like a 300-acre farm, and everybody's like, okay, we don't really want that, but I guess sure. To well, now it's going to be 800 acres, and everybody's like, well, hold on, like I thought you said 300, and then now it's 1,700 acres, and we're like, absolutely not, no, no way.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Well, and
Huh.
and 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 the thing that people are, you know, there's problems with groundwater. There's problems with runoff with these solar panels that you can poison groundwater with it. I mean, it's a proven fact that stuff comes off of this, and all of our watersheds around us are all linked. We have a lot of ponds and marshes, and they overflow constantly. So it's going to be sharing with whatever runoff is coming off those panels, and everybody has wells out here, so that directly affects our drinking water. The other thing too is these things are, if they are lit on fire or somehow take a lightning strike, it's almost impossible to put them out. And we live in, I mean, everything everywhere around us is forest. So it's like forest or farmland. It's like, so if by some stroke of luck, or some bad luck, these things light up, we're all screwed. We're going to look like California out here. So
Yeah. No,
not,
I like them on parking garages and stuff, but as far as
yeah,
like in a field where we're meant to grow stuff,
yeah.
I'm not for that.
No, well, and also, dude, I moved out here for the scenery. That's, hunting and scenery is what I moved out here for. I didn't move out here to look at solar panels.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right, ready? Quick. So we'll end this with our debate topic and funniest dad moments. So, debate topic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are reality shows scripted or genuinely real?
Most not real.
Most not
Scripted.
real. Okay.
Most of them are scripted.
Yeah, I'm in your camp as well. I think no matter what show you put on TV, there's always going to be a bit of a layout of how they're going to have to follow. But as an avid Bachelor watcher and Married at First Sight, and I mean, you name it, my wife and I probably watch it. There's just so many times where I sit there and watch it. I'm like, this is so fake. I'm like, what are we watching? And my wife's like, yeah, let's switch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think about like, for example, Jerry Springer. I know somebody who was on Jerry Springer that
Okay.
had this whole story that was not true at all. They were just getting paid. You know what I mean? So I know
Okay.
that one for sure, 100% is not real. When I was on that reality TV show, The Ultimate Fighter,
Yep.
I got to talk to the cameramen and stuff like that, and
Okay.
they said, some of them were on Survivor, they did The
Yeah.
Bachelor, stuff like that, and they said
Pretty cool.
like the Ultimate Fighter is like one of the few ones that they don't intervene with anything
Oh,
because
wow.
fighters
Okay.
are just so dramatic, and they give us alcohol. You know what I mean? They're like, yes,
Booze
this is
them
an
up.
easy one because we don't have to inject drama. We don't have to do
Yeah.
anything that's not real. It's all real. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I had heard from. I listened to the fighter and the kid. Brendan Shaw said the same thing. He said it's a pretty real experience.
So yeah, the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just cameras on you 24/7, man, microphone in the bathroom even.
What did you light it up? Did on purpose? I would if I knew a microphone was in the bathroom.
No, we didn't. Because there's 16 people listening at any given point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll turn on the shower and then I'll do it. That was my play.
So what was real quick because I know we gotta go here soon. What was that like having cameras on you like all the time?
It was. I hated the experience actually, and I know
Okay.
some people would like it, but like I don't mind cameras. I don't mind OTFs. It's like on the
Yeah.
fly where they just give me an interview. I don't mind that stuff, but I just don't like uh a camera on me while I'm sleeping. I don't like a camera in my face when I wake up.
Yeah.
Like I just need like I don't know. I just need some alone time, and
Yeah.
I won't say I'm a full on introvert,
Okay.
but I will say that my battery does slowly start to tick away with
Yeah. It,
socializing. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's a slow drain, but
Yeah.
it is a drain for me.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. That's not something that I think I'd want to experience is having cameras on you at all times.
5 weeks of just not being able to get away from anybody. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was just tough.
No, thank you.
No, you can't watch TV. You can't listen to the radio. You can't do anything.
Oof. No. No, it's a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
Well, good on you for doing it, man. I mean, it worked out for you. In the, yeah.
Did it, did it do anything?
Did it? Did it? Did it work out for me?
I had to fight
Uh,
them. I've lost like two Cubans now, but I had to fight. He got bronze or silver medal in the 2008 Beijing Olympics for heavyweight. I had to fight
oh
that
God.
guy in my opening fight, and I got taken down like 16 times.
Oh,
It's bullshit.
dude, those Cubans are no joke, man. Hard people.
Dude, you know what it is? This. He actually told me this. This is messed up.
Okay.
They are the people who are do better, who perform better, get more food.
Yep. Yoel Romero talked
So
about that
it
on Rogan
create.
once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It creates um a very toxic environment where people are wanting to hurt each other so that they can get
They can
hired
get.
and then
Yeah.
exactly
And,
eat
and
more or
don't they
something.
don't they get nicer living quarters as well too? The more they win or the higher up they
Yeah,
get.
maybe.
Okay. I I
We just talked about
I
food.
okay. Well, and that because that's what Yoel Romero talked about on Rogan's podcast is that the food and then I believe he did say the living conditions do get better.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
create that feast or famine mentality, you're going to get people who are going to win it all, trying to win at all costs.
Right. Exactly. You're willing to hurt your team, anybody
Yeah,
near you, to get that.
man, can't imagine that. Can't imagine that.
I know. Crazy.
All right, do you got a funniest dad moment for me?
Yeah. You're not on
Okay.
Facebook, are you?
I am, but I don't check it as much. I use it from. I'm a marketplace Facebook person.
Okay. Because I
There for the
recently shared this on
marketplace.
my Facebook, but I'll say it again because it was really funny. This
Okay.
happened yesterday morning. Um, Eva, a couple weeks ago, she will make up words and she
Hmm.
will put different phrases together just to be funny. She's had a rhyme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's just like a creative, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she said the word butt wanker,
Yeah.
and I laughed, dude. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but that sounds hilarious. And and I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
you should
great.
when we get back to the house because I laughed. I went back to the house. I was like, hey, call Uncle Jeremy a butt wanker when we get there. And she's like, hey, Uncle Jeremy, you're a butt wanker. And it was funny, you know what I mean?
That's
Well,
awesome.
fast forward 3 weeks. This morning, we're on our way to school, and she's in
Yeah.
the back seat going, my daddy is a butt wanker, a butt wanker, a butt wanker. My daddy is a butt wanker. And I'm like, oh my God,
I
that is
like
bad.
this song, man. I'm gonna be singing that.
Yeah, I know. So I know we get to the school and I take her in there. I'm like, I look it up on my phone. I'm like, what is she gonna tell all her teachers? You know what I mean? Like, I need to figure out what a butt wanker is. So I look on Urban Dictionary, and it's somebody who puts their fingers in their anus while they masturbate.
You're gonna have to put the kibosh on that right quick.
You know, I'm like, don't tell any more people your dad's this.
Oh man, yeah. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to shut that one down real quick. I do like the song. I might be singing that to you next time I see it. And even, in fact, if I lose this bet, I'm gonna be singing that the whole way around the track. Josh is a butt wanker.
Butt wanker, butt wanker.
Oh shoot, that's oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, dude. Uh not not necessarily maybe it's so funny, but it makes me laugh every time. We have this fish tank. We've talked about it on previous podcasts. Um, and every time that I have to pump this tank down to get the water out to replace the water, I get my daughter fired. I'm like, hey, we got to go take care of your fish. We got to go take care of your tank. She's like, absolutely. And she's, fired up about it. And then about 3 seconds in, she disappears. And it's dad just
Nice.
pumping down the tank by his lonesome, dude. It's like, come on, kid. So Andrea goes, you have fish right now. And she just enjoys your fish. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's mine. They're all my fish. So it's
I
I guess my kind of funny dad moment of the week.
I have a lizard that has become my lizard. I have a snake that is, well, I guess the snake was kind of always mine, but I hope she would help.
Yeah,
Snake that's mine. Uh, I have to change Barbie dolls all the time. Their diapers. She has these
man.
dolls that pee, and I have to change them.
Yep,
So it's just like, oh my God, this kid, everything she gets is my responsibility.
dude, that's so funny. Oh man. Well, let's. I think we've hit all of our points. We'll save the couple of more topics for next week, and we got a show list for next week.
Sounds good, buddy.
All
It
right.
was nice
Make
talking to
sure
you.
you too, brother. Hey, so make sure you give us a follow. We are on Rubble. We are on YouTube. We're on Spotify at the Really Dad Podcast. Make sure you put the spaces in there. Apparently that is a thing. So don't type it all into one section. The Really Dad Podcast. Um, check us out on Instagram as well. We are on Threads. We are on X. And if you like us, if give us a like, give us a follow. We really appreciate it. And that's all I got. Thanks for listening.